props are a persistent layer that sit on top of all the other content inside ProPresenter. You can kind of think of this as a slide that doesn't go away. So if you clear out your background or your regular slides, your prop will still be there. Now if you remember, ProPresenter is made out of 6 different layers, and props are the second highest layer that you can utilize. Now props are great for small corner logos or notifications or lower thirds that you want to sit on top of the rest of your content. To find props, let's go to View and down to Props. But I'm actually going to right click on the toolbar and do Customize Toolbar, and we're going to add props to our toolbar. We'll also add a clear action so that we can clear out the props layer if we ever need to. So now we can click on props, and you'll see that I've previously created a prop. Now to show this prop, I can just click on it, and you'll see that this is some ticker text that says share your experience by using hashtag ProPresenter. But now I can go and play back other content. My prop will stay on the screen. So as my slides scroll through, our ticker text keeps going. I can even go to other items in the playlist, and I can play this background and show some different text and slide content, and my prop stays on the screen. Now if I want to clear out my prop layer, I can just go to Clear Props, and that will remove that layer, and then I can clear everything else out by hitting Clear All. So now that we see how we can show and use props, let's actually create one. So let's go back over to props. I'm going to click on the edit icon, and this is going to bring us to a props editor, which is just like a slide editor. So we'll go down here and add a new prop, and this is going to be a lower third prop. So I'm going to create a rectangle for my background. I'm just going to make this the full width of our slide. Pull this down to the bottom. We can go to our object settings. I'm going to change our fill color here to maybe like a tealy blue color here. And then let's add a title. So I'm just going to type my name here, Brad. And then we can select this text, go to our type settings here, and let's change our font. So we'll change our font out, maybe make this italic and make it quite a bit bigger. So that works for right now, and then we can take this text box and move it down here for our lower third title. And we could show this prop, and we'll see that it works just like our other props, and I can hit Clear Prop and it will clear that out. But let's take this one step further and actually animate this prop coming onto the screen. So I'm going to go to my slide build settings. I'm going to select the rectangle, and let's add a transition to it. So I'm going to add a transition. This is going to be a push transition, and I'm going to have it come from the bottom of the screen. And we'll say the duration, let's do 1.5 seconds, so it comes on just a little bit slower. And then our next one, we'll add a transition as well too. We'll push this from the bottom of the screen again at 1.5 seconds. Now what we're going to do though is we're going to stagger how these come on. So the first one is set to start with slide, but the text I want to come on just a little bit later, so I'm going to set it to after delay, and we'll say a delay of 0.4 seconds. So 0.4 seconds later it will come on. So now we can show this, and you'll see our background rectangle comes on and then our text, and that looks pretty nice. So let's clear out our prop. Now let's see this in action. So let's go down to something like teaching notes. This is when we would normally show a lower third. And so let's say we would throw up our teaching notes, and we can click on prop, and we can show prop 2 here, and it's going to come on the screen, and then we could close this out and switch slides, and that'll stay on the screen. And maybe we go back here, and at this point we want to get rid of our title, and so we can get rid of that. But let's make this a little bit easier on our slide operator by making our prop come on when we click on a particular slide, and then also get cleared when we click on a particular slide. And we're going to do this by using the Cue palette. So we're going to go to View into Cue palette, and this will pull up our Cue palette, and you'll see we have different cues that we can add to our slides. And these cues will be triggered whenever we click on our slide. So we can do clear cues, but we also have an interactive prop cue here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reorder these slides, and we're going to add a prop cue to this title slide. So I'm going to add this prop cue, and we're going to set it to prop 2, which is the one we just created. And then I'm going to add a clear prop cue to this one. So we're going to go to Clear Props, and that'll clear out any props we have on the screen. Now when we click on this first title slide, it's just going to show the title. But when I say, okay, I want to show that lower third, I can click on this one and it's going to pull up my lower third for me. And then I know that when we go to this first step slide, I want to clear out that lower third, so I can go over here, it will clear it out and show that next slide. And that really shows the power of props.